Right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's meeting on Monday, the 1st of July at 7 p.m. Housekeeping, fire exits, the way you come in or the doors behind me. While I'm here, I'd just like to introduce Hannah, who's just started her work experience with us this week, and will be in the Town Hall office accompanying our administrative team. Apologies for absence. We have a few this evening.
Councillor Taylor, Councillor Wenham, Councillor Fraser, and I haven't had an apology from Councillor Reynolds.
Thank you.
So,
Okay, moving on, declarations of interest. Can I please declare an interest in item 16, for which I'll be handing over to Councillor Ashby to take the chair. Next, we have item 4, which is, there was no other interests, was there? Sorry, apologies, none. We have item 4, which is the councillor.
I make apologies for declaration for item 9, not, just personal life,
Actually, I will echo that. Item 4, the councillor vacancy for co-option. We've only had the one applicant on this occasion, Mr. Wingfield, who has applied previously, and we all have obviously heard previous. Would members like to go to the vote, or would you like to hear from Mr. Wingfield this evening?
Let's have a vote.
Mr. Wingfield, if you wouldn't mind just giving us your introduction, and then we'll proceed with the vote.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely happy to talk to very briefly, and so I'll spare the formalities of the mayor, etc. So
Everyone have their slips.
when I applied the first time and the same time, there were 3 things really. The reason for applying, my experience and skills I can bring. So the reason I'm applying is firstly, I'm Attleborough born and bred. My family, for those of you who remember things, go back a long way. So I've got a good reputation of public service. I run my own consultancies that support local businesses, mainly in Attleborough areas. So really active in terms of helping them. In terms of my experience, lots of work in the community. So 20% of my business is pro bono, free work, either to local businesses, charities, or social enterprises. So I'm a trustee for Big Norfolk NCAP, which I'm really proud about, and also a non-exec director for a social enterprise company in Norwich that looks after long-term unemployed people desperate to get the job, desperate to get the skills. In terms of skills, which is the last question, background in commercial, so very much experienced in terms of teamwork and planning. So that's a shorter version for the first time I was here, but hopefully that helps.
Thank you.
okay, so thank you. Any more slips to come in? Thank you. Yeah, full house, so that's fine. Yeah, that is unanimous.
Thank you. Sharon, do you have the declaration of acceptance of office? Councillor Wingfield, if you'd like to come and join us at the table and then sign your declaration of acceptance of office. Congratulations.
No idea. Thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have item 5, to co-opt and select key action onto committees, for consideration and resolution. And Sharon, if you could just let us know which committees have vacancies at present, and then Councillor Bircham can let us know which ones you might be interested in.
Okay. Councillor Bircham has already let me know what committees he is
Fantastic.
interested in. Personnel, standing orders, general purposes and finance, and the open spaces. I hope I've got that right, Daniel. So the thing is, on personnel, with regard to the terms of reference, it does say has to be 5, and there are 5 members already on there, so that's not possible.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Personnel.
Yes.
There's
Must have
the
eight.
terms of
No,
reference.
terms of reference state there must be 5.
Oh,
Yeah. 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 Okay, so that's 5. So we have that's full at the moment. The standing orders at least 5. So yeah, it's possible to co-opt onto that. General purposes and finances, that it just states 6, and there are 6 members, so that is full.
Does it say a minimum? on
No,
that?
it just says 6. It just
We'll
says
have
6.
6
Yes.
members. Okay.
And the open spaces is possible. That says no less than 5, and there's plenty on there. But that does take membership. If you did co-opt Councillor Bircham on there, that takes it to 11, I think, no, 12, sorry, out of 15 councillors. 12 councillors will be on the open spaces. So that's just something you need to consider. But yeah, so it's possible to co-opt to the standing orders and the open spaces.
Just a comment, the personnel committee has been kept small for obvious reasons, because we handle confidential matters, and also to make sure that if there ever was a disciplinary and an appeal was required, or there was 2nd or 3rd stages to that, to make sure that there's a pool of impartial councillors that can be called upon and relied upon.
Yeah.
The general purpose and finance, I think perhaps not tonight. But the term, I know they were only recently reviewed, but I think that the membership for that could be reviewed to reflect the same membership as the open spaces, so no less than 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Just because I think if we've got members that are interested in joining that committee, there's no reason, you know, that's going to then hinder us in the future. It would be nice to have that. That's just my view. I'm sitting around the table, and I'm also mindful that we've just co-opted another member that also might be minded to join some of these committees upon discussion with yourself, Sharon, and we could have a agenda item next month to reflect the same.
Yeah.
So if prior to the co-opted committees item, we could review that terms of reference.
Yeah.
As chair of the Open Spaces Committee, I would say I would be very happy if all 15 councillors were on it, because it's not about the size, it's about the input, and it's a very important committee. I think it's just to move away from this meeting so that we're not sat here for 4 hours, and we can do it, you know, so it's the workload's more evenly distributed.
Yes.
But in terms of committee membership, I think the more the merrier.
Okay.
Councillor Dale.
I totally agree with you, Chairman. If you come on the council, surely you come on to do work, and if there's no spaces on committee, what's the point of being here?
Yeah.
You know, I think we need to look at some of the structures of some of our committees.
Okay.
So we are encouraging new members to join. So I totally agree with you.
On open spaces, if no one's got anything further to add, could I propose that we make the appointments for Councillor Bircham to the open spaces and to the standing orders committees, and we review the membership for the general purpose committee, and
Yeah.
make appropriate appointments at the next meeting following its review. Is that a second, Councillor Tyra? Yeah, and a show of hands, please.
Yeah.
That's unanimous.
Unanimous. Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody. Next, we have item 6, which is public participation.
Yeah, sorry.
Would any members of the public like to participate? No, not at present. Okay. Moving swiftly on, we've got minutes of the Town Council annual meeting on the 3rd of June 2024. I think it's just shouldn't have annual in there, that should have been removed, but the Town Council meeting on the 3rd of June 2024. Has everyone read them? Any amendments? If not, can I have a proposer and seconder, please? A proposal by councillor Westby, seconded by councillor Ashby, and a show of hands, please. Thank you very much. That was unanimous. Next, we have item 8, which is financial matters to authorise payments. If I could please have any queries, if not, a proposer and seconder for their acceptance. A proposal from councillor Thwaites, seconder from councillor Tyra, and a show of hands, please. Thank you very much. That's unanimous. To agree the direct debits, again, any queries? Proposer, councillor Tyra, seconded by councillor Westby, and a show of hands, please.
Yeah,
is unanimous. To receive the income for May and June. This is again for acceptance and approval. Councillor Tyra, councillor Thwaites, and a show of hands, please. That is unanimous. Petty cash is for information. Does anyone have any queries? None. Moving on, we have income and expenditure again for information. Any queries? None. Item F, to consider opening 2 extra bank accounts for acceptance and approval. Sharon, would you like to lead on this?
Yeah, I'm just asking the council to consider that I open 2 extra bank accounts because we have 2 bank accounts at the moment. But because we've got we're responsible for a considerable sum of public money, I'm looking to spread the risk, if you like, which is always advised. With regard to the there's a 85,000 sort of recommended sum, but obviously sometimes it's not practical to do that. So you are really best advised to open 2 extra bank accounts, and also for me to look at a bank account with a view to a high interest as well, so that you're also making the best use of the money. So I just would like a resolution for that. If a bank does go under, obviously, and you've got all your, you've all got like the amount of money that we're responsible for, and then one goes under, you're only covered on your insurance for 85,000. The rest of it you would lose. So if you spread that risk, you're obviously going to lose less.
Councillor Thwaites.
Particular accounts. We've identified, right?
Well, I've got some in mind, NatWest, Unity, HSBC, possibly. But what I'll do is if you approve it, then I will go away and look at not only the bank, but also the interest rates that they provide at the
I
moment.
think of the options, obviously, you haven't got a bank in town.
No.
Where like nearest branches.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, with regard to checks, I think Unity do have a provision. HSBC, I think we've got banks nearby.
You can pay in at the post office as well,
Yes,
checks and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
so-
depends on the bank. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, but I'd look into all of that, and then I'll I mean, do you want me to come back and present that at the next meeting? With regard to what banks they are? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Worse than good banks and past banks.
In what?
Ignore it.
So Sharon, would you like a resolution this evening to make
Yeah,
that
to further
delegation?
this, yes, please.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, just to sort of get me to look
So I
into it.
think that was councillor Ashby. Was it we, councillor Ashby, happy to make that
Yeah,
proposal?
we make that proposal.
That Sharon goes away, undertakes the investigation.
Yeah.
And seconded by councillor Tyra.
Yeah.
And a show of hands, please. That's
Yeah.
unanimous. Thank you very much, Sharon.
Can I just come in? Can we just go back to the authorising financial matters? I know we've agreed them, but I actually can't see S. Fraser's contract on the payments.
It's definitely on there.
I was just wondered if this was in with staff salaries.
No,
No.
it is.
Okay.
I can see it. Yeah, it's
I can see lots for you, Sharon.
SF Services. Me.
Oh, yeah, that's it. It's all right, I didn't read that. So I know you have to wait for
Oh, yeah.
these to come up.
Yeah, it is in alphabetical order, and it's after Pearson Young.
So next we have item 8G, which is the addition of signatories to Lloyd's Bank mandate for acceptance and approval.
Yeah.
Sharon?
Yeah, again, I'll just mindful that we do have quite a lot of money in that bank account, like sort of 500,000 odd. And I think that we have lost some signatories from people leaving, and I don't think that's been refreshed in some time. So I need to top it up with maybe our existing signatories on Barclays. So whoever is still on there, we do need to
I think I'm correct in saying myself, Councillor Dale and
Yeah.
Councillor Tyra are all
Yeah.
signatories on the Barclays account.
that's right.
Would Councillor Dale, Councillor Tyra, would you be happy to also be a signatory for the Lloyd's account?
I was at one time, yes.
Yeah, you might
You may
already
well
be
be.
on it.
I think you and Anne are probably the only ones on there at
Yeah.
the moment, which is a bit of a risk. So, but maybe we could have Ed, yourself, and who else is
And
on there?
Vera, well, if Vera's already on it, I think.
Yeah, that should be sufficient. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yes,
just to
Just
refresh.
three
members.
members.
The things for the
Yeah.
Lloyd's and going into windows.
If you're not on it though, you are happy
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, I think you are though. Dear. If you were on it, you're still on it.
I'm happy to propose that. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Thwaites and show of hands. Thank you. That's unanimous. Next, we have item 9, which is the large grant application request from Attleborough Christmas Lights for consideration of resolution. The application is in the meeting papers. Sharon assures me that everything that ought to be received has been received.
Yeah.
Myself and Councillor S. Taylor obviously have now declared a personal interest in the matter, so won't vote. Is that a proposal? Yeah, so proposed by Councillor Tyra, seconded by Councillor Ashby. Can I show of hands, please? Oh, I always put my hand up
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, so that's majority to
That is
abstention.
a majority, yeah.
And
Are you
that
abstaining
that
as well?
Only because I'm not that familiar.
oh,
with it.
3.
So,
then.
okay, that's fine.
I'll just
So,
clarify that is to vote for approving the application.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
thank you. 3 abstentions.
I've got that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think it probably, I know you proposed it, but it would be helpful, I think, for those watching to provide some context for that as to why that went through quite quick. Fairly,
Yeah.
it's £5,000.
Yeah,
Obviously, the Christmas lights bring a huge amount of positive publicity and interest in the town. It's been an annual event for as many years as I can remember. And as per the paperwork, it's gone from being £15,000 grant down to 5.
Yeah.
So obviously they've managed to financially manage themselves better or differently, which is to our benefit while still providing the same service to the public. So I think, you know, more than happy to support, because I think what they provide is fantastic to a huge area of the community.
Well, I think also, but you're quite right, just to add to that, as a town council, we are here widely as a town council and whatever council level you are, supporting local communities. And I think town lights is one of the biggest. You know, it brings pleasure, peace, to everyone in the community, and that's our job. What can we do to support them in any way, financial or anything else? So, if this is the least we could do, I would love to do more, to be honest. I really would. The town council we have in the past, maybe we can debate that in the future, but what it brings to the town is unbelievable, and we are here to give facilities to the community. So, yeah, good luck to them. I say thank you for everything they've done. So,
they do great work. So I'll take that up. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the time, Councillor Ashby. Next we have councillor reports, town district and county councillors. You can give a quick report on member information. Is there anything?
I've not done much this month, obviously, had full council, licensing committee and licensing authority meetings. and 2 licensing hearings. One for Great Killingham and one for Deerhams. But this is not it.
Anyone else?
No.
No. I will give a brief chairman's report. So apologies that I'm not wearing my chain this evening, but there was a lot of commotion in town. I've had 2 meetings before this and just couldn't get back with it. So yeah, apologies everybody. I will say I was delighted that the first of my civic duties was the D-Day 80 commemorations on Thursday the 6th of June. And I felt very honoured that it fell in a way that was my first civic duty. I think it was a beautiful turnout. The Legion done fantastically in all of their arrangements, and it was really well attended and great to see. I did also attend the Mayor of Thetford's civic reception the following evening, which was lovely, and also the Day Centre's 30th anniversary on the 19th, which again was a wonderful day. And actually it was really nice because it's no secret, obviously my grandpappy is very unwell at the moment, and actually there was photographs of him and Councillor S. Taylor celebrating the 20th anniversary. So to be there as mayor on the 30th, it was quite emotional. So yeah, an absolute pleasure, and I will keep you updated with all of my mayoral endeavours. If there's no other reports, I'll move on to item 11, which is the clerk's report.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Sharon. If you just want to give it a quick
I'll
skim.
jump it, yeah, okay. Councillors held a open spaces workshop to discuss the outcomes of the consultation, town hall improvements, now placed in order for the front of the town hall and the back to be decorated and obviously brought up to scratch. Carpet for the chambers is on order, but we need to make some decisions on the wooden shade for the dance floor. I'm still working on the other quotes, so that is obviously you can read this full report online. Then dealing with a bit of unauthorised parking at the rear of the town hall. So I have invited councillors, if they want to stay on after the meeting, to just go and have a look at the issues and possible solutions, but that will be fully discussed at the general purposes meeting, which is on the 15th of July. And there are a few other items that I'd like to approach the council during that meeting to perhaps suggest that we purchase and further improve the hall. Just working on the health and safety of the hall. The new fire doors and the kitchen fire doors are now in place and they do look a lot better. Still got to receive some signage to put up on it and some fire safety clips as well. We've also had some updates to our emergency lighting, door closers, and the staff are about to attend fire extinguisher and first aid training refresher courses. Town council maintenance, I think people have received the 2 benches outside the old post office really well. Haven't had any adverse comments about them, so that's really nice. The grounds team have taken delivery of a second maintenance vehicle, which will enable them to work smarter and faster, hopefully. And we have now had some updates to the CCTV system at the compound, so that will add better security. And we have had one complaint about the grave spaces, just trying to get the message out there that how the grave spaces are managed and maintained. So that will be fully discussed at the Open Spaces Committee so that we can sort of clarify procedures. And the public toilets, we've managed to get the pressure washer back in action. That was originally the intention, to clean the toilets with that pressure washer, which is inbuilt into the system. And the timings have been adjusted now that they close at 6 o'clock as opposed to 4 o'clock, which I think is much better for the public. Toilets are still being subject to vandalism, unfortunately. So when it is open, so we're just getting very unsanitary things happening in there. So I won't sort of go into that. New style website, we've had some really positive comments about that, but still up for any suggestions as to how to improve it. And the mayor, myself and councillor Frasers have now conducted the review of the bins. I've had a meeting with the highways, and we are in the process of hopefully getting some new locations for the bins approved to then be given to Breckland, hopefully approved to put on their schedule. I've also looked at some locations for the SAM2 machines, which are they're the devices that sort of like flash when you're speeding. So we've now looked at those locations, and the highways officer has approved them. They were on London Road. Well, sorry, I should go backtrack on that. We already have one on London Road. We already have one on Norwich Road, but he has approved the location at Hartham Road. I'm saying and I think Buckingham Road as well. We've approved a location there. And so, yeah, and obviously we've got our work experience volunteer who has joined our meeting, Hannah. So welcome, Hannah, and Hannah will be working with me for the rest of the week. So welcome, and that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sharon. I know it is available in the meeting papers, but I know it's a lot to rattle through, but it's brilliant to be able to showcase all of the work that is getting done.
Yeah.
Councillor S. Taylor.
Yeah, I was actually sitting here looking behind you at the doors, and actually I think the team done a really good job on them, like Chippy and the caretaker for matching them to the panel in. That actually really nice. There's that gap's not there anymore.
Yeah.
While we were talking about the sound streets, we had representation from a lady on Queen's Road, and I had asked if we could look at her, and then just go red and white 30 mile an hour by. As you come through the traffic lights. I mean, if the thing inside is going to be somewhere from the traffic light junction coming up Queen's Road, then hopefully that might actually make her happy.
I can easily ask for that. That's not a problem. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Next on the agenda is item 12, which is public participation, the second time. Would any members of the public like to participate? Oh, okay, no worries. Quiet tonight. Next, then we have the items for the next agenda, some of which we've already discussed. The bank account.
Yeah, bank account, and looking at the committee. Membership of the general purposes.
And the terms of reference, and
the terms of reference, yes.
And perfect. Is there anything that anyone else would like to forward at this point? No. Okay. Well, if you think of anything, just send it in to Sharon. Next, we have the exclusion of the press and the public. To pass a resolution excluding the press and public from the meeting, given the sensitive nature of the business to be discussed. Can I please have a proposer and seconder? Councillor Thwaite, seconded by Councillor D'Souza, and a show of hands, please.
Yeah, I think
that's unanimous. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Unfortunately, we're now falling into private session.